Hey guys, welcome back to Tying Tuesday. My name is Kyle and today we're going to be tying up the Bunny Brush Sculpin. A really cool pattern I came across from Spawn's Fly Fishing. They do some really innovative stuff over there with shanks and these polliwog tails, which we're going to utilize today. Very cool fly. It's definitely be a good bass fly, trout fly. You can, tight line this if you'd like a jig streamer style, fish it under an indicator probably. Also use it with an intermediate line. Probably do some damage for you. Let's get started. So to start out, we're going to start with a 20 millimeter shank from MFC. Get that in the vise there. And the thread I'm using for this guy is Veevus Power Thread in 140 in olive. I'm going to start my thread on the back here. Start thread on the back, lock it in. And then I'm going to work the thread up, closing off all the joints there. Just get a nice thread base here, leaving a little bit of room up in the front. And then we are going to insert our polliwog tail. This polliwog is Spawn's polliwog tails. This is in an olive color. Get this guy tied in. I'm going to use about half of this guy. So I'm going to set half of it about right there. A couple nice locking down wraps there. There we go. And I'll trim out my excess. Get some good lockdown thread wraps on that. Just like that. Next we're going to take some fulling mill streamer straggle, and this is in a brown copper olive color. And get a good length of this off. And then kind of what makes this fly is this MFC Bunny Brush. It's really cool if you're not a fan of making dubbing loops. Highly recommend this product. Comes out pretty sweet after it's done here. So I'm going to match these two up together like so. And we're going to tie in the tips right behind that polliwog tail. You can catch it right there. We'll work our thread forward. And this can be a little tricky. We want to keep the streamer straggle and the bunny brush together. Try to keep it together at all times when we're palmering this. So I'm going to start out with a slow wrap here just to get my material started, and as I wrap you can see where it can kind of get away from you, so just take your time with this. There we go. And as I wrap, I'm going to pull my fibers back. Keep going. Like so. I want to get good coverage on this shank, so I'm going to try to go all the way to the tip on this guy. Get one more turn in there, I think. That might be it. So we'll tie that off. Go in here with some wraps. Pull it back. Come up on top of it. Like that. We'll trim out our streamer straggle. And we'll trim out our excess bunny there. I'm going to give this one more wrap behind there. There we go. Come in here, find the core, trim that out. Just kind of preen these fibers out a little bit. We'll do some more brushing at the end. Clean up our head a little bit here. There we go. Then we're just going to put a nice clean thread head on here. Just like that. Give this back section a whip finish. Pull tight. Trim your thread out. I like to give this a little bit of a brush out, trying to get the fibers that are all trapped down. This thing nice and buggy and moving in the water for you. So there's the back end of our fly. Next we're going to take a Umpqua X Series XS506 jig 60 hook. This is a heavy wire hook. This is a size 6, and I have a 4.6 mil metallic olive bead on the front of this guy. So I'm just going to lay down a thread base here. I don't want to crowd this bead too much because we're going to be stacking a bunch of material on the front end of that guy. So I'm going to back off the bead just a hair. Get my thread started. Going to right about where the barb is on that hook, right there. Next, I already have a pre-cut 20 millimeter shank that I've cut to a pretty small piece here. This is gonna where we do our articulation for this guy. So I really want this to stand up straight off the back of this jig hook. And some good tension on this guy. This is why I'm using a pretty hefty thread today on this. And as I wrap forward, you just want to be careful. There might be a little bit of a burr on the end of that shank where we cut it. So I just want to build up a little bit of thread security there. There we go. And then next we'll insert the back end of our fly that we tied previously. Clamp that guy in there just like that. And then we're going to close off that shank. Some good thread tension. I did not bring my super glue today. Usually this would be the time where I'd put some glue down just to ensure more durability. But I did not bring that, so I apologize. But would be a good time to use some super glue about now, just to make sure everything's locked in. Wrap forward, come back up to the top here, just about right there. And then we're just going to repeat the same process we did at the beginning with the back end of the fly. So going to take another bunny strip here, another piece of this streamer straggle. Gonna line the two up together again. Something with this bunny strip too that I forgot to mention is you always want your fibers pushing back. So you always want the point of the fiber towards the eye, or towards the eye of the hook there. You just get a better cleaner fly, more flow, and it just comes together a little better for you. So I'm gonna go pretty far back on that hook in the front here. Bring my thread forward. And like I said before, we were just gonna repeat the process of wrapping forward the two materials together. And as I said before, we are palmering as we wrap back. Trying to keep those materials together here. It's kind of a mess right now, but we will do some more brushing when we're done here. A couple more wraps in here. Keep going here a little bit more. Try to fit one more in here. There we go. All right, I'm gonna lock that. We could probably go one more. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna lock those fibers down. A couple wraps in front and in the back. I'm gonna trim out our excess. There we go. And right now I'm gonna bring these fibers back. Nice lockdown wraps on there. Just like so. And next, we're gonna put a little bit of a semi-seal head on the front of this guy. So I'm gonna make like, I don't know, 3 or 4 inch dubbing loop here. I'm gonna take some of this Arizona semi-seal. This is in the color dark olive brown. Take a good portion of this stuff. Preen it out a little bit. We don't want it super thick. And get our loops stacked up in here. Put a little bit more in. That, give it a spin. Careful not to catch your material there like I just did. And I'm going to take my Stonfo Velcro dubbing brush, my favorite tool for this kind of stuff. Just preen these fibers out a little bit. Get it nice and buggy looking. Just like that. And then we're just going to start wrapping this forward. Like so. Really want this nice and buggy in the front. Just like that. And capture my loop off. Some thread wraps. I'm gonna trim out our excess loop. Pull it back a little bit. Just a nice clean thread head on the front. Give it a whip finish. Pull tight. Trim out our thread. Like I said before previously in the video, I did forget my super glue. This would be a good time to put some super glue or head cement on the front of that guy. So now I'm going to take my brush again. We're just going to give this a nice brush out. Get everything the way we kind of want it. Pull the fibers back. Everything going the way I want it to here. And there you have it, the Bunny Brush Sculpin. If you like this one today, you can give us a like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. You can find all these materials at avidmax.com or come see us in the shop in Centennial. Thanks for watching.